Alrighty, hello and welcome to Game 2 in this best of 3 between SML and Bay of Mangoes in the AD2L Season 17 playoffs for the Contender League. And some slightly different bands coming out this time from Bay of Mangoes. They get rid of the Crystal Maiden and the Ursa Bear right off instead of the... What do they have before? It was Venge and...
It was CM last time.
Oh, was it CM?
It was CM last time. This Ursa's new, but whether or not last game ever happened, I think this ban is much better in general.
Yeah, so SML, they're going to go ahead and get rid of the Alchemist and the Necro for their first do this game. Alchemist, once again, presumably targeted at Bay of Mangoes. Necro being a fairly common meta hero at the moment for their bans. Oh, excuse me. And Bay of Mangoes are going to get rid of the Spirit Breaker as well. They got rid of Spirit Breaker last game too, right?
Yes, they did.
Was that in the first phase? The second phase?
First phase.
All right. Clearly, I can't remember nothing.
Following suit to last game, SML bans Warlock here.
Yep. Ah, they do go ahead and get rid of the Warlock, so...
Read like a book.
All right. But this time, Bay of Mangoes have first pick, where SML had second picks. So, and Bay have Radiant, with SML having Dire. So, how do you think that's going to affect the draft? Since clearly you have SML's number.
Yeah, I saw this Venge pick coming from a mile away. It's like, if I were to calculate the probabilities, I wouldn't have to, because this was 100%. But, yeah, it's totally a good first pick. It's really nice to have a dual lane partner. You don't get the stun anymore, you get Wave of Terror, because the harass is really nice, actually. And generally speaking, the stun won't give you any kill potential. This is a really nice pick to have, no matter what your lanes look like.
And SML, they get the chance to have the duo. Silencer Earthshaker is available, but SML tend to not go for super meta picks. They sort of play their own game and tend to do pretty well that way. So yeah, they're going to get the Winter Wyvern and... Don't know yet.
I'm not saying this is why, but I feel like the primary reason why this Wyvern is being picked is because people just want to play new heroes the second game. Like, I think it'll still be fine, but it's gonna be fine. It's not a bad pick. But
so you're saying, like, just because people don't want to play?
I'm just saying I think that is a piece of this puzzle that brings us to the first pick Wyvern.
So no one wants to play the Earth Spirit and Jakiro again?
It's not bad though. I don't want to see Jakiro. I want to see another support that's better at ganking, or is much better in lane, but I think they need their second support to beat someone who can gank much more easily, like a Lion or something. I would love to see Dark Willow as well.
Dark Willow, yeah, that would definitely.
Dark Willow is sick because you do Winter's Curse and then you do a Curse Crown on that, and then you chain those together.
Oh, they're gonna take the Earthshaker. So I still really like these two heroes together. Like, you have the Wombo, but also just a lot of utility in lane.
Yeah, these heroes are good. Again, you have the flexibility of the Earthshaker. If you want to run it as a forward, you can potentially do that. Most likely a 3 at this point, but there is that flexibility. You could also do this as a core Wyvern. I don't think they're going to, but it is hypothetically possible.
Yeah, I don't think... Well, Infinity is not SNL's usual offlane player, so could be anything, right? But I don't
Bringing his own sugars and spices to the draft, perhaps.
Yeah. But since he did play the
not gonna happen. I'm gonna crush your dreams.
Okay.
Oh, but it's a mid ogre. Calling it now.
Tech Dog going mid, or no, Rain going mid on the ogre.
This ogre does definitely suggest. It does allude to several potential carries. Luna's not really meta. Drow is a great bound. That would have been really, really solid with her draft so far.
Phantom Assassin, Anti-Mage, again, not meta heroes.
I don't like PA, but you could do TB. You could do Lena.
Tiny.
They're both very good with Ogre. You could do Tiny as well. I don't think Tiny would be safe lane, but you could do it. Tiny's a good hero. Definitely good to run that off lane with something like Ogre. It's very tanky off lane. You probably don't kill either person. Wherever you go on, the other person has a stun. I would really like that dueling, actually. Offlane Tiny would be very good here.
All right then. So we're gonna see how the how the bands go out. Gosh, it is too
Well,
late for this.
excuse me.
No, it's just it's too late.
You gotta get your head in the game,
It's
man.
like 11:30.
You gotta pop those caffeine pills. That's it. That's what you got. I'm sure you got some lying around. It's your program.
I don't even drink caffeine regularly. Thank you very
You
much.
dev those ellips.
What the Okay, so
No question. No question.
the PL ban. Since they can't pick the Earthshaker, they just didn't want to play against the PL on top of it. Yes.
It's a good enough reason. Even if the Earthshaker wasn't here, it's a great ban because both of your supports are already incredibly single target and are just food to a PL. So it's a very good ban, whether or not this Earthshaker was even in the game.
And the Bloodseeker, is that just one sec. Oh, I thought I was gonna sneeze there. Is the Bloodseeker just sort of don't want to play against it in the meta here? Okay.
Yeah.
Not really targeted towards. I mean, maybe for the defensive swaps, like you can't swap people away if there's a Bloodseeker.
It's
maybe you
one
want to pick the
aspect.
Weaver.
You could be thinking about that, yeah.
Yeah. But
the biggest thing I want to see from Bay of Mango's draft this game, as opposed to last game, is last game at the end of their draft, it felt like they tunnel visioned on the laning phase and just getting good matchups for the laning phase, and they got good matchups, but then they lost the game because their draft was terrible. They had a Razor Clanks Enchantress on the same team, and one of their supports has no stuns whatsoever. They don't have nearly enough control to make that core lineup work. I don't think there's any two heroes that like you can win with certain two hero matchups, but you shouldn't because the draft is still bad. But they just need to be more mindful of making a cohesive draft of this game. And so far, I'd say they're doing a better job with that.
yeah, definitely some really flexible and strong supports for their startup, and with the axe, they can really disrupt the combos that SML are going to try to put forward.
I actually don't like this axe at all. I think it's actually really bad.
No?
There's one aspect that makes it good that I can think of, is that you call Bristle and Bristle looks at you. Everything else, it seems terrible. Because what has to happen is Axe has to counter initiate every fight, or he has to go on people when they're not together, as when SML is not together. Because if like Axe calls, what you're actually doing is you're grouping up Bay of Mangoes on whoever Axe calls, which is like, oh, you got to call, let's kill that guy, and then Echo Slam, and then Curse, and then like it's actually, I feel like it's really, really like it could work totally fine. I'm just saying, if fights go how they're supposed to go, this Axe I don't think is going to do a whole lot.
Okay. Is it more of a lane winner then for them, or just a comfort hero?
Potentially. I think he does win the lane, most likely. It definitely makes SML think a little bit harder about the carry that they want to play. Hypothetically, they could run this Bristle as a safe lane against the Axe, and that would be really good, actually. Maybe not really good, but it would do totally fine.
Ooh, a Morphling. Okay,
that is very ballsy. It's very ballsy, I think.
I mean, he has some good heroes to turn into.
Yeah, but I think his laning phase, I don't think he should do well in lane. He's probably safe lane. He could go mid. He could do either, but it's very optimistic.
He is very easy to chop, but at the same time, like if you're morphing, maybe it's difficult to actually get it in the right place. So
here's what Axe can do. Axe can max battle hunger against Morphling, and then if you can harass him far enough that he can't, like, potentially he can still get CS, but like if you're like running at him and like you've already got Ogre's Fire Blast and his Ignite on him, like you have all that DPS, and you like if you force him in a situation where he feels like he has to trade to get off that one DPS, you're still trading with him. You're still both hitting him. Like, I don't necessarily know that you go for that build, but you could still do it, and that'd actually be pretty annoying. But I don't know.
Okay. So the Spectre pickup, does that tie Bay and Mangoes together a little bit more? Like, it doesn't really matter so much if they're the initiator or the counter initiator, because they always have the
threat of Spectre. Late game, it gives them team fight, but I think it's gonna give them a terrible lane, most likely.
Even with the Venge or the Ogre sitting behind her?
Yeah, I don't think they... Because this Spectre pick basically ensures that Bristle is offlane. Probably was offlane anyway, but this is like you're definitely going to land against this guy, right? You're a Bristleback. Like you're just gonna do it, and there's no way that Venge or Ogre deals with you separately. The only way that they deal with you is as a tri-lane.
And then your
But
axe just
you're not
dies.
going to be a solo bristler. You're going to have a support. If you have Wyvern there and Wyvern has Arctic Blast, you're slowing at least 2 enemy heroes most likely. You're damaging them, and Bristle's just running away, adding more quill stacks the whole time. I think this lane is going to be super bad for Bay of Mangoes, no matter what.
Is it all right in this scenario to lose the lane and try to win the game off of the Spectre regardless?
Well, yeah, because that's the only way you can play it. You just hope that you can get however much you can out of the lane. You don't feed too much. Like, you're probably not going to get a whole lot of CS, most likely, if the Bristle and his partner plays correctly and acknowledges that they are the stronger side of that matchup.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's sort of playing it like an offlaner. You have an offlaner's mentality. You get as much XP as possible. You get, whatever CS you can, and you do your absolute best not to die and lose your tower. So, it looks rough for the Spectre. They can come back potentially if they don't throw too much of a lead and none of the enemy cores snowball super hard. It's possible, but it's kind of interesting because like the Morphling seemed like it was a risky pick. The Spectre, like both teams seem to be sacking their carry players, which is funny.
So these last
Sort
two
of like
definitely.
It's almost like a mutual disrespect. Keep it. It's like a mutual disrespect. All right, I'll shut up.
Nah, so this last hero, both can be mids, presumably, for both Bay of Mangoes and SML. Bay of Mangoes, what do they need here? Like, they need teamfight control? Or...
They need somebody who can get solo kills. I mean, that's probably not the best pick, but there's certainly a lot of good aspects to it.
Is there some potential for a meme hammer invoker?
No.
Is there ever potential for a meme hammer invoker?
No.
Okay.
And I am confident in that answer.
I see. That's some serious shade towards Thompson, you know.
He's Thompson. That's the difference.
So it is the
I
tiny.
like this tiny pick though.
They're gonna get that bloodlust tiny
Durable.
combo.
Yeah. It's pretty like it's sort of like a Magnus but better, because like you're tankier, you have more kill potential pre-6, you have more burst damage. Yeah.
And the final pick here for SML is going to be... Wait, Silencer. Core Shaker, offlane Winter Wyvern, mid Silencer. Dardane's taking a Silencer, so... Just running through, trying to figure out how that goes. They are going to have... How does... That feels... So obviously the first thing you want to do is make sure that Spectre either has to build a Manta or BKB and then always Manta before she comes in, because she ults and then you global and she can't get to you, right? In lane, you're against a tiny. That should be favored for you, right?
Seems like a mid silencer.
Yeah, Dardane is the mid player for SML.
Astute observation by me. Yeah.
So is it... I haven't seen a mid silencer in a very long time, but it does feel like this is a good game for it against Bay of Mango's team. How does it fit into SML's draft, though?
I don't know that I love it, because Spectre just haunts, and I'm presuming that most of the time, like, haunt gets off and then global silence happens afterwards. You're still getting hit by haunt. Like, by that time, you're global silencing. The only time global silence is good is when you're initiating on the opponent, and then you global silence to hope that, like, Axe can't blink call you. But if you're playing, like... I don't know. I just don't think it's that good, because if Axe is initiating, then you global silence to respond, but most likely if Spec is doing Spec's job and haunting as soon as possible to play around that haunt, or playing around the global silence, like, the global silence just isn't going to do that much. So I feel like global silence in this game is only relevant when you're initiating on your opponent. In theory, that's how it should be. I don't think it's going to actually play out that way, but might as well say it, you know.
I mean, you should be able to get your global off in between the haunt and reality on occasion, at least. If you're
on
quick
occasion,
on it.
yeah. but it shouldn't ever happen, is my argument.
Expect to just have a target picked before anything goes in.
Yeah, because Axe is eyeing somebody up. They go for the call. Spec immediately haunts and realities. So that's how it should be happening. I don't think it's going to, but, you know.
All
Here's
right.
hoping.
So as we go ahead and get into our lanes, we're going to have the Axe be picked up by Spooky Bones in the off lane. Joined, it looks like, by the stand-in for Bay of Mangoes, Ferris on the Ogre Magi. And it looks like maybe there's going to be a little bit of movement here in mid lane between Orfeo and Ferris, actually. Wait, does he have a... Oh, he has a Windlace. He's, like, super fast right now. But just a little bit of clashing. Not really going to be anything come out of it. Rain will be taking the mid-tiny. Safe lane, you'll have Red Guy on the 5-position Vengeful Spirit, along with Tech Dog playing on that Spectre. Top lane, safe lane for SML, they'll have Hope once again, this time on the Morphling. Nyx with a 6 set. Holy crap, that looks awesome. What items are those? Ice Flight Edifice and the genuine Noble Wings of Frostheart.
It's a bit extra for my tastes. Okay, first thing I'm going to say, I mean, I guess Shaker doesn't have a great lane to go to in the first place, which is, I guess, kind of the nature of the draft, but this lane is definitely way weaker. Imagine if this was a Wyvern Bristle. That'd be sick, but this is not so good. It'll probably be fine, but it could be so much better. I don't think this Wyvern can adequately do anything to this Axe that actually does anything meaningful.
Well, he's going to try for it. Gets a little bit of damage off from the Arctic Burn, but now Spooky Bones actually just running up at him. Wants to get some spins. We'll get one. Meanwhile, on bottom, looks like Orfeo and Ferris still fighting each other. Have been through the entire river at this point.
This is a clash for the ages, to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
I believe they exchanged 2 whole right clicks. There's going to be the Magic Missile as well as the dagger coming out onto Infinity. Going to throw the Ignite off onto him as well. Getting a lot of stacks on the Quills.
Great
and the Fissure coming through. That's going to make enough room, I think, for Infinity to go ahead and get the first blood. 6 stacks.
Perfect Fissure.
Onto Ferris once again.
I was very close to going on a spiel about how Shaker's positioning was terrible. But the Fissure made up for it, so we're just going to call it even.
All right. Let's see. In mid lane, looks like Dardane going even right now with Rain, taking a lot of damage actually to the Avalanche Toss, and Dardane just is actually taking all of the damage in the world. Rain barely even felt that, but Rain's down to 200 HP. Does get away just fine, however. So up here in top lane, it looks like it's just going to be Hope versus Spooky Bones. Yeah. Morphling versus Axe is not favorable for Morphling, right? Like, because your attack range, you can't harass him because your attack range is
just against Axe. Like, this Axe should be going more aggressive because he has stout shields.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think it's doable.
Your attack range is
They're going bottom.
Barely longer. There's gonna be a dagger here out on SML once again, but Ferris is gonna die. He just ends up dying to creep, so no one gets the credit for that kill. Magic Missile, but however, there is the heal coming out from the Cold Embrace. SML Infinity is gonna be able to back away. Getting the kill for free, almost free. They're gonna have to lose.
I really like this rotation by Nyx to leave top, because there's really nothing that Wyvern does there except share XP with Morph, which is not what you want to happen. So this is a really good rotation.
So if Spooky Bones is able to get onto Morphling, he's gonna maybe go for the call there. Nope, not gonna. Oh, he got a spin though. Now he's going for the call. However, the attribute shift comes out first. Yeah. So,
like if he has 1 point in battle hunger, like he just cancels the cells.
Yeah. Went for the double point in Berserker's call, trying to get enough spins.
You put 1 point in call. It's just better. Anyway.
But mid lane, once again, looking to CS very, very even between Dardane and Rain. Looks like
surprisingly even, I think.
Yeah, this should be more in favor of Rain at the beginning, right? And then Dardane starts to like catch up with the glaives.
I'm not even sure that he catches up. I don't think it becomes Silencer favored. Certainly not with this build.
Well, he is managing to make the most of it so far. Looks like Hope going to take one more spin, and that is pure damage now, right? Yeah, that's pure damage. Maybe going to go forward. Oh, this is really aggressive. One more spin, and he's dead, but is able to, play. He rolls the dice and wins this time.
Shaker picks up haste.
Looks
Seems like he's been scouted. Yeah, he's scouted.
Yeah, he's sitting right under a ward. Looking towards
Movement
mid. He doesn't know where he wants to go, it looks like.
I would have at the very least liked to see him get vision of the enemy jungle with this, but
he doesn't have any wards with him. He used oh no, he didn't use that one. He just hasn't brought any yet.
Runes are about to spawn. Looks like they're not having conversations about that. Maybe getting kills bottom. That Fisher goes. Actually, he's got dagger. They get Venge maybe, but not Spec.
Yeah, Venge does have no points yet in Wave of Terror. Just double magic missile and the aura. Looks like Ferris able to get 2 runes in bottom, but it's still gonna be 2 for 2 because Nyx is gonna get 2 in top. Hope maybe going forward here on a Spooky Bones. Only a level 1 waveform. That's really risky. Spooky Bones does have the salve, and yeah, Hope's just gonna back away.
It's a nice juke. He's playing this lane way too defensive, though.
Infinity starting to dive under tower just a little bit. Ferris gonna get the ignite off. Takes a couple tower shots on Infinity. Orfeo is out of stuns. So just gonna be a little bit of engage, but everyone backing off without really overcommitting. So yeah, at this point, Dardane actually still. I keep coming back saying like, oh, Dardane falling behind in CS, but nah, he's still actually keeping up just fine the whole way through. In fact, everybody's pretty even in CS. The only really disparity is between Spooky Bones and Infinity for the off lanes.
I really want to see one of Mango Bay's Bay of Mangoes supports Smoke and Go Middle to kill the Silencer, because he's so squishy. Like, just any other stun. Like, because Tiny can just run up to him. Like, Tiny doesn't have a move speed advantage, but that's because he doesn't have boots yet. And he won't have it with boots either, but just having that move speed will be hugely relevant. And then they can set that up to definitely get a kill on Silencer and threaten that lane. Because this guy is super squishy and it's so easily punished. It's just one rotation.
Yeah, has his treads finished up at this point, in fact. All the lanes pretty stable for the time being. There's going to be Ignite, Auto Infinity. Looks like maybe they want to try to make something happen, but not 2 instant Quill stacks are going to discourage them. Maybe they're not going to discourage them. They throw out the dagger. Varus is probably going to go down here. 1 more Quill stack will be enough to take him down. 5 kills in this. They're all in bottom lane, right?
One of them is Morphin.
Ah, yes. Morphin got a kill onto the axe. But yeah, 4 kills in bottom lane, and even though, like, in each lane, CS is slightly favoring Bay of Mangoes, still the gold lead is very slightly for SML at this point, so.
Small enough to be negligible, but nonetheless.
Yeah. And there is a Spectre on Bay of Mangoes. If the gold is even, then Spectre is ahead, so.
I don't know about that. There's other lanes to consider. I don't think that's inherently true. I'm very surprised that Spec has the most lat sets, though.
There's a little bit of engagement here onto Dardane. Not popping the Arcane Rune for that. I think maybe Rain forgot that he had the Arcane Curse on him. Just lost a bottle charge trying to heal up. Oh, dodging the Magic Missile in top lane. And now they're going to turn around onto Spooky Bones. Hope turning into Spooky Bones. Yeah, not going to get the call there. There is, however, going to be a Wave of Terror. Still running after Spooky. Going to turn into Axe now with all that HP.
Man, that's so busted.
You don't have any HP? Just turn into an Axe. Turn into a Tiny. Does look like the... Actually, I was going to say the other way around, but Dardane might get this kill with a couple of ticks. Nope.
Nah,
the last tick's not going to be enough. Only 1 level of Arcane Curse means he's not going to be able to get the last tick off onto Rain to finish him off. Bottom lane, SML is diving into the tower onto Ferris. 1 more Quill stack should... Nope, maybe 2. Yeah, 2 Quill stacks will do it. However, Tech Dog's able to get that kill, and it's a 4x streak. A lot of gold going his way. It's got 1800 now.
Ogre shouldn't be dying this much, but this is definitely the better case scenario for Bay of Mangoes, considering that Spec is 1-0 against the Bristle. His form is actually pretty good, surprisingly good. I don't honestly know how he has this much CS. He shouldn't, but he does, so good for him.
So Spooky Bones is able to get. Oh my god!
Damn,
Gets the
dude.
spin from Nyx attacking, I
Agi?
think.
I think he was stuck on
And
Agi and then he got healed by Nyx.
yeah, he got healed on. He got healed. But now there's gonna be Magic Missile here out on the Nyx and a second chop. Chop, chop, chop.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, the spin brought him down low enough. Yeah, Morphling always feels so tanky even with low HP, but when you have pure damage, not so much.
And when you have 200 HP, not so much.
I mean, he has 400, alright? He just has, like, 24 armor with his 400 HP. So, most of the time...
The silencer's so dead.
Maybe.
Finally,
There's going to be... Okay,
no, he's dead,
now
he's
he
dead.
goes. However, the toss
wrong
is not
toss.
quite the right one. Dardane running away and actually might make it with all
they
of those
messed it up.
infused raindrop charges. Now the Spectre's coming forward, is going to go for it, but the Fissure holds him in place for a short while, trying to turn around. Spectre does get the kill, might die for it, but looks like he's going to be able to get away, gets the Invisor. There's going to be the Arctic Burn used, Ignite coming out, or Fire Blast coming out onto Orfeo, but now Ferris just going to run away.
A little bit of misplaying meant that they had to use the hunt to get that kill. I think if Ogre just stunned and then fire blasted and then used Bloodlust on Tiny, I don't think Tiny was even Bloodlusted, but like if you start with the stun,
Maybe. Silencer was deceptively tanky. Like, he used 4 raindrop charges just during that fight.
I mean, like it would have been totally fine if he was tossed, but Ogre got tossed. So it's
Yeah.
like if Silencer's tossed, he's in midair. Tiny gets at least 1 more auto attack off, almost
true.
definitely 2 if Tiny is A cooking correctly. So I think you just had to have Ogre stun and then Tiny Avatosses. Because, like, I don't even think he got the Avalanche toss combo, so he had way less damage. I'm pretty sure he didn't get the toss combo.
Yeah, he didn't get the combo.
Yeah, so, like, he was super dead if they just did it a little bit better. Like, he already is dead, but, you know, he would have died on their side of the river.
Well, this way Spectre gets the kill. It's up to 2,800 gold now here at 11 minutes. Going to have, like, 12, maybe 13 or 14 minute rating.
Spectre gets the kill, and that's nice, but you have to use haunts for it, and now they have less potential to use haunts and like an axe called top while Morph is low health or something. Like getting kills for your spec is nice, but you would prefer to hold it. You would prefer to get kills without using it, I'm saying.
So Dardane looks like he's going to try to force Rain out, and it's going to be successful in that, at least for a short period of time. So Spooky Bones are up here. He is level 9, actually out-leveling Hope even. And has quite a bit of gold. It was working towards a Vanguard. Actually looks like he's going to finish off his Blink first. And just save up that gold once again.
I think it's just that he hasn't gone to the super shop recently. That's why he hasn't bought it.
Well, it has the money for a Blink now. There's going to be the call here.
Messed up again. They know Knobs is there now as well.
Yep. But with the call and the chop, that's going to be the end of the Morphling. And yeah, he's going to get his Blink Dagger first, for sure. Looks like Ferris goes down to Infinity in the offlane once again. He's trying to chase down the Spectre, but Spectre does get into the trees. There's a Fissure, however. Infinity coming forward, looking for the play. There's 2 Quill stacks. Going to refresh those to 3 onto Dog. Slow here from Dardane. However, the dagger comes out. Same thing. Tech Dog now is definitely going to die to Dardane, though, in the end.
That's
able to finish off.
Oh,
But the axe comes in with the Blink Dagger, is able to finish off Orfeo. Dardane and Infinity are still okay for the time being. Mid lane looks like Hope is fighting up against Rain. Hope just takes, oh my god. Like, that looks like so much more damage than it is when you only have 400. But a rotation coming in from Dardane here. Excuse me, as well. There's going to be the Avalanche onto Hope. Hope is not turning yet into... Okay, there goes the turn from Hope into the Morphling on the Strength. And Vengeful Spirit isn't going to end up going down to a final right click. Yep, that will be all that it takes. However, Tech Dog comes in. Gonna head and use the Haunt. That is going to be the end of the Earthshaker. Hope is tanking this up for the time being. Barely able to wait for him away, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get called out by Spooky Bones, as well as... the call going out onto the silencer. However, the Winter's Curse comes in and Tech Dog does die once again for that, and Nyx actually picks up 650 gold for that. So
there were different aspects of that fight that were very well played. Other aspects less so. Global Silence was really good. Call was really good. Winter's Curse was really good. Getting that Spectre kill is super relevant. So
Yeah, who wins that fight overall? I mean, Spectre dies, so that's probably something you consider a win for SML, even though...
Bay of Mango still wins because they killed both of the enemy. I believe, yeah, they killed both
Yeah,
of
they
the
killed the
enemy.
safe lane in the mid. So
Yeah, so that's much better. And Spectre got the kill before dying. So, and of all the people to be giving gold to, it's a Wyvern. So, yeah, they're definitely happy with this.
Doesn't mean the Arcanes are finished, though. Some more spam available. Looks like Shadow Blade coming out for Rain relatively shortly. Only like 300 gold away. They changed the price of that?
Morph got stuck. Morph messed up.
Doesn't really matter. I guess it does kind of matter.
Spec's not dead. Spec's
Yeah,
alive.
Spec dies, and maybe Morphling dies as well. He doesn't have a TP scroll. Infinity's coming forward, has the ability to start morphing strength, but isn't doing it. Really greedy on that morph. SML, or Infinity, is able to clean up too. Still trying to go after the Spectre, but Spectre is going to have in a few seconds another dagger, at which point...
Okay. I think it should have kept looking. Runes have spawned.
Yep. So Spectre is able to get away there. And now we are going to see the Shadow Blade finished here on Rain. So as soon as that comes out, going to start moving around, trying to get some solo ganks off Dardane, moving towards top lane, trying to get onto Spooky Bay, but not able to get close enough and close that distance in time. What is Orfeo doing? Just looking for some runes. I'm surprised that SML were able to get... They get the other ones too? Yeah, they got 3 runes, even though they were down a couple heroes.
I don't think it's crazy that they get the bottom ones, because Bristol... I mean, like, somebody can TP to Shrine and get it, but Spectre certainly can't, because Bristol's kind of pressuring.
So SML Infinity is able to finish off the Venge.
Bristol's gonna die, though.
Oh no, now there's going to be the Echo Slam coming out, turning around on the Ferris. That's going to be a fissure as well, holding him in place. However, the multicast does ensure the Bristleback dies before it can finish off Ferris, and the call means that and a toss combo afterwards.
They didn't get the call off because the fissure was perfectly timed. He still got to do it.
He got called after. He got the call off afterwards, didn't he?
No, I didn't get the call.
He was it the toss?
He was immediately
okay.
stunned. Didn't matter because they had 4 heroes, but
yeah, doesn't be going down. Regardless, Tech Dog 300 away from his relic. They do get the deny on the top tower, so nice little bit of gold not going towards SML. I mean, I don't know. That to me, I feel like I do consider that gold going the way of the team that denies. Just because the default is that the enemy team gets it.
I mean, when you deny as Pudge, do you consider that as getting the gold for killing Pudge?
No, but
Yes.
the default isn't.
That's no. That's the right answer. It's the right answer.
Which
You're right.
Which is the right answer?
The answer is that you don't consider it as gold because it's not gold. If you're thinking of it in like a net worth sense, it makes a little bit more sense. But like,
yeah,
still, I don't think it's
it's
just not.
But the default is that towers will go down.
It doesn't make net worth better. It makes it not worse.
Right.
That's the argument.
But that's still better.
It's better, relatively speaking.
The tower's going down anyway. So when
we're
you
gonna
get
a blink call medal.
He's
Why
looking
was
for it.
Call? He had 3 heroes. What was he waiting for?
He was waiting for the TP to finish from Rain, I guess.
He didn't need to. Damn it.
Maybe his blink was not available.
I refuse to believe that. He was in, like. Maybe it was not available, but it should have been.
Maybe
available.
it was being canceled by an arcane curse.
No. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there was nothing stopping him. It's like if he gets Arcane Curse there, he runs away. He walks away a little bit, right? I don't think he would just stand still.
Maybe he just didn't want to wanted to stay in the trees.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to give as many excuses as possible, okay?
There's no excuses. There's no excuses other than his blink was canceled.
Alright, well, smoke comes out from SML. They're looking for a kill. Probably going to find the axe. Whether they find the kill on the axe is... Yeah, axe is able to blink away as they break smoke up on the high ground. Maybe they catch him. They do get the fissure onto him.
It's not going to matter, though.
And they are able to get the slow off the Arctic burn. Are they going to be able to get more slows? Hope actually kills Red Guy on the top side as well.
Okay, his team's
Bones is going to get set up now. Slows. And yeah, with the taunt does not work to make them attack you when you're stunned by your team, so...
Alright, well, if his team doesn't come, then he does die there, but... If they have TP rotations to that shrine, that's a really good fight, I think. I think they didn't want to go because Spectre is waiting for Radiance before Haunting, and they don't want to fight.
Yeah, they are 400 gold away from that, so.
I understand the call, I guess.
Another smoke. Was that? Yeah, there's another smoke used here. Nyx actually gets it popped there. CP coming in from Red Guy. Ignite coming out as well as the Fire Blast onto Bristleback. But just going to stand there, back to the tower, and walk away for the time being. And just a bit of a standoff here in the mid lane, and that is exactly, I think, what Bay want as they finish up this relic, or Radiance rather, which is now complete, flying out for Spectre. A little bit later than maybe they were hoping for, given how quickly they almost had the relic before Spectre ended up being chased down a couple times. But
interesting to note that this Morphling has a Shadow Blade that is getting couriered.
That is interesting. Does Dispersion get canceled by Break?
Yes, it does.
So that's what that's for, I presume?
I mean...
It could also cancel Axe Spin.
It's... Yeah, it's just not good. It's not good.
Maybe it makes more sense on the Silencer.
There's not a Silver Edge carrier this game. Maybe Silencer, but like...
Oh, there's going to be the call here, as well as with the swap. That's the Venge surviving. Now there's a Winter's Curse. It's going to not really do a whole lot, but it doesn't mean Orpheus is probably going to get away. As soon as the Winter's Curse ends, or immediately before the Winter's Curse ends, he uses the Echo Slam. Not going to get the damage off that. Now there's going to be the Haunt in. With the Spectre coming in with the Radiance, that's going to be the end of 2 for SML. Dardane being chased down as well. Does die to the tick. However, it looks like Infinity was able to walk out, and Hope is still farming up here in the jungle. So, not able to kill.
He should be pressuring him by the way. He's been in jungle for a really long time. He had vision of all the heroes. He should at least be pressuring top to force rotations. Right now, like, he's not doing anything for his team. He's getting CS, but he's doing absolutely nothing. He's making no presence on the map. He's not forcing any rotations. So now his team is forced to react more so to the enemy team. The enemy team has much more leeway to do whatever they want to do, and do it less efficiently than they should have to. The other thing I want to say is that fight totally turned out like I thought it would. Axe calls, and then the Global Silence comes after, but it doesn't matter because he already called. It's like the Global Silence doesn't stop anything because he's already in.
I think maybe they should have been using... Because they had the Venge, but Venge isn't really a hero to... Yeah, okay.
It was just bad, I guess.
So Echo Saber now finished here for Rain. And the Crimson Guard was finished up on the Bristleback, was using the previous fight, but I don't think I had called it out up until that point. What is
If
Hope?
they fight with this Bristleback, they're super strong. Like, that's all they have to do.
Looks like Orfeo
Look at it this way.
towards a Blink Dagger.
Look at it this way. You have one hero on the side of SML who has a positive KD, and he's 8-2. Everybody else does not, and they're much worse off. You just have to have this Bristle come to you with fights. You get a little information, Earthshaker waits before going in, hopefully gets a good echo, or waits for call and then fishers that or something. Wyvern can respond further. Like, you just play this as counter initiation most of the time, unless you find someone out of place. But you're against a Shadowblade Tiny and a Blink call. You think you're supposed to play it counter. You're supposed to counter initiate.
So Stardane going down there on the top lane to a call and Magic Missile. I'm not able to get any heroes to him in time to respond to that, unfortunately. Shadowblade now is finally being shown. Hope was leaving that in his stash for quite some time. Almost finished up with the Silver Edge at this point, so feels comfortable going ahead and bringing that out. Looks like Yule's will be the item of choice for Nyx, and Orfeo just holding on to the dream of a Blink Dagger, but recognizing that Force Staff might be the item he has to go for if he ends up dying again.
But I think it's not the first item that Nyx should be going for. It's good against Axe Call. It's not good against much else. Glimmer is good against everything except Axe Call.
So here's the global is the initiation. Hope is moving forward out onto Ogre. Ogre is dead immediately. Red Guy gets stunned up as well, and now he's going to end up going down. Avalanche forward onto Hope from FY, or Rain rather, and now he's going to have to run away. Looks like because there's no detection, actually no, he thought there was some detection. Orfeo is going to use that Echo Slam to ensure that there's a death there. Spooky Bones blinks in, is able to get the call off onto the Morphling, and the reality in from Spectre means that the Morphling and the Earthshaker will both die in return. Now it is just Text Dog and Spooky Bones versus the heroes of SML. And it looks like everyone's going to go ahead and back off and be satisfied with what they have
I feel like
there.
this fight is still better for Bay if Mango's. I'm just gonna say Mango Bay. I'm gonna say Mango Bay. Fuck it. I'm not gonna play with your cheeky team name. You're Mango Bay. Okay? You're Mango Bay. I think it's still better for Mango Bay.
Yeah, they are a little bit ahead in gold out of that, a little bit behind in XP, but the Spectre gets the gold and now has the Vanguard finish as well.
It's good punish by X. It's a curious smoke. If you're gonna smoke, you have to do it way sooner, I think.
Like immediately
So you have
after.
you have to be thinking about where the enemy team is vision.
Mhm.
Like the river runes, like this far into the game, it's less likely. But considering that this is a little bit lower MMR, it's more likely that the river runes stay warded. So, yeah.
So Hope
It's a
is
common
able to
word
finish
spell.
off the, or just pick off rather, the Ogre there with the Silver Edge combination. And everyone's sort of backing off at this point and trying to farm their own jungles up, get their own items. Okay, Axe Spooky Bones here going for a Shadow Blade is what he has queued up. How do you think that plays out?
I think it plays out pretty well. Is there a better item he could be getting? I'm trying to think about it. I think the answer is no already, but I'll keep thinking about it.
He does already have the
I mean,
Blade
like,
Mail and the
he
Vanguard.
has Blink Blade Mail, and that's the most important part. It's like everything else is just for more initiation.
So Fissure holding the Ogre in place after Hope already gets the kill on the Vengeful Spirit and able to pick up both of those there at the rune. So not better to have like, I mean, even a Crimson or an Assault Cuirass, Force Staff, even to like drag people back to you. There's a call here onto Hope. Not quite going to hit, unfortunately, for Spooky Bones, but the Magic Missile is going to. Can't dodge that one. There's going to be the Silence coming out. Wand used enough mana to grab, or use that, to use the Shadow Blade. Rain not coming back in with the Shadow Blade, and looks like not going to be able to find anything off of it. Yeah. So Reaching Rune looks like SML Hope is going to go ahead and I keep calling them all SML something instead of just doing it right. But Hope is going to go down and grab that Reaching Rune, it looks like. Did they see that? No, they haven't seen it.
I like the dynamic of me calling the people by the hero names and you calling them their names. It means I'm more indifferent, and I like that.
I see.
Anyway.
So that's how this works.
Oh, totally. That's exactly how it works.
Yule's nearly finished up for Nyx. Orfeo did manage to finish up his Blink Dagger without having to buy out the Force Staff, so lucky on his end. And Rod of Atos finished out for Dardane, so not going for the Hex style. Is this a smoke coming out from Mango Bay? They do have one, but they're not using it.
Beativs helps him tank up, but I think he needs to tank up more. He needs at least a cloak. I think he should have a HUD, though. It's really late, but like he should definitely have gotten that soon.
Alright, smoke used by Bay of Mangoes. Not going to have too many heroes in it. Looks like maybe they were a little unsure about how they wanted to play it. However, Dardane, not in vision, but Spooky Bay does have... Oh, they're going to go for the blink forward here onto... Wait, did he miss the blink onto Nyx?
He didn't go for it.
He did blink. He blinked away?
He blinked and then Battle Hungered, but he didn't go for the call.
Okay.
This Bristol is building a Radiance.
Interesting.
Because he can.
I mean, sure, go for it. Get what you can get. There's going to be the kill out onto the Vengeful Spirit pick off, but he immediately has to make a call out for Spooky Bones. No global available just yet. And SML, or Hope, turns into Tiny there in order to get the toss in the Avalanche. Now he's able to pick off or finish off the Ogre. Rain probably going to go down here as well. Yep, Hope going to get that triple kill off of him. Tex Dog is like, nah, I'm just gonna push up bottom lane. I don't really want to come to that fight.
This is a bad fight. Really bad fight.
Yeah, probably thought that the global was available since it was less than 15 seconds from the start.
If you're gonna call Morphling, you go in on Morphling, but they did not. So.
Yeah, he already had the strength.
Like they lost that fight, and they didn't even have Silencer there. They didn't have Bristle there. Global wasn't used. Curse wasn't used. So like they still lost that fight just because they couldn't deal with Morphling because they played it poorly.
Yep. Spooky Bones is looking for a call, but not going to find it. A little too afraid to jump into 5 heroes. However, that doesn't mean that Text Dog has a little bit of space, and is going to have that Manta finished once he's satisfied with whether he's going to keep buyback or not, and he is not. But Hope, looking for this play. There's going to be a Blink Forward and a Fissure. Now they're going to have the Shadow Blade onto him, but with the Fissure blocking off the route, looks like Tech Dog just be able to
Silencer
walk
stop.
away.
If he just haunts top, he definitely lives. He probably lives anyway. But
now they're going to go for the call. There's the call out. Was able to get the attribute shift off first, however. Now there's going to be the haunt coming out. Hope is going to die to just a right click because he's trying to morph into the Agi. Able to get the Winter Wyvern on the backside as well for Text Dog. Now he's going to be able to get Orfeo. Blink forward with the call. That is going to mean that's going to be the end. And Text Dog able to get that last hit on it. Doesn't have the Manta. His courier did die. Don't know where it died because I can't click that anymore. But
again, in situations like this, Global Silence is just such a non-factor. The 2 spells that Global Silence cares about canceling is Haunt and Call, and it came after both of those spells. Like it's just, you have to use it to like go in. You have to be initiating with Global Silence. It's such a bad reactive spell this game.
So Tiny working towards his Silver Edge at this point. About halfway there from the Shadow Blade. And definitely be using that for the Bristleback. Looks like Text Dog and Infinity are battling out here in the bottom lane. Text Dog just going to go ahead and TP away.
What I want to see Mango Bay do at this point is ward up their Roche, get the sentries down, and make sure the enemy doesn't have vision, and set up to make that play. Once you have the next haunt, which they have in 45 seconds, I really want to see them smoke into this pit, give Bloodlust to Tiny, take Roche as soon as possible. Preferably with some vision and some information where the enemy team is, but
they do have a DD on Tiny right now as well, so they...
I feel like Roche is theirs to take, more so than SML. They just have to play for that objective.
Oh, excuse me. Does look like Bay of Mangoes pushing up into the top lane. Maybe want to get this tower off the map for themselves. Haunt is available in 15.
It's kind of incredible that this tower is still here at 31 minutes. It's just to say that it shouldn't be, but it's gone. So
well, it goes pretty much immediately. DD is popped for that. Don't know if that was entirely necessary, but
Ogre Scared doesn't stun.
Yeah, just generally it feels like Bay of Mangoes are expecting SML's team to be everywhere. Let's see, what's being out there? Is that a smoke? They going for a smoke? They have one.
Maybe they're just pinging. It's not like that ever happens, right?
Could be, could be. But BKB it looks like is going to be Spooky Bones' item of choice he has finally decided on afterwards. Excuse me. Hold up. Why?
Because Courier's dead?
Oh, that's what's missing. Okay, I was trying to figure out why
I
the
knew
Urn
exactly what you were talking about.
the Urn of Shadows was not...
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Spec.
No. I was trying to figure out why the Urn of Shadows on Red Guy was not combining. It's because he doesn't have the...
recipe.
No, he has the recipe.
Doesn't have... What?
Doesn't have the raindrop.
Oh, he bought the
probably on
raindrop
the
and then lost all the charges. No, he lost all the charges. He bought the raindrop and then lost all the charges before he finished Urn. Okay. And then he bought all the items for that.
I just assumed it was on the courier since it could have been. So SML's actually going to take this Roshan.
Yeah, which is honestly just because Bay has no vision. That's exactly why this happened. This shouldn't have happened at all.
There was a ward. They dewarded this.
Yeah, but like, they had no vision in the first place. Bay had no vision.
Yeah, I think after the D ward, Bay probably should have moved, but
like you have to recognize that if you know when Roche is happening, you just kill them so hard. You got Haunt, you got Tiny to initiate on somebody. He's got Blank, he can go in the back line. Like you got so much. You got Wave of Terror from minus armor. It's so good. It's so good. You just have to have vision. But
so Hope gets this haste rune as well as he didn't do the right click first. All right, just secures the axe more for the time being. Gets the call here on the rain.
This is the call.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
I was looking elsewhere. Morphling's such a weird hero now. Okay, he used the call there. I heard it. There's no heroes. What's going on? BKB almost finished.
Worth used it.
Yeah, I know. I figured out that much, but
he used it for the armor, I guess.
But
he used it to call to say, "Hey guys."
What did he have attacking him, or what did he want to have the call for?
Agents.
Is the question. Were they still hitting him?
I don't know. I don't care.
I'm pretty sure he killed them before that happened.
Agents, man.
All right. So Silver Edge now is finished. Looks like the big crit, the Daedalus, is going to be the next item coming out for Rain. Bottom tower going to get pushed in. Dardane has a DD to go ahead and use for that.
Here's what's supposed to happen. Mango Bay is supposed to smoke together, and they initiate on Morphling because Morphling is being super greedy with his Agi. So you just call on that and then immediately haunt, and then you kill Morph. And then hopefully Tiny can blink on the back line, and while Morph is dead, you kill somebody else.
But Morphling has
Aegis.
Aegis.
So you kill other people while his Aegis is down.
Alright, well, Morphling has turned into the Tiny. There's going to be the two-man Avalanche combo. Going to get the toss off as well, but he's going to end up losing the Aegis very, very quickly. Spectre Haunt is used. Immediately kills off the Silencer. Silencer buys back, uses the Global Silence. Now there's still a Spectre in the middle of the fight. Orfeo uses the Echo Slam. Only hits onto 2 heroes, but it doesn't have to kill off the Axe. Looks like Hope maybe trying to finish Tech Dog. Orfeo's being caught in the back lines. Rain just so tanky right
Tiny
now.
doesn't Avalanche.
Now there's going to be the Avalanche here onto both, as well as Magic Missile. That's going to be with the crit. The end of the Morphling, and a swap back as well. Were there any buybacks there besides
Silencer butt back?
Yeah, besides the Silencer. So yeah, just no buybacks even required for for Bay of Mangoes, and they're able to kill off the entire SML team.
It was really well played by Spectre and Axe. The most important 2 heroes inside of Mango Bay to be coordinating with each other is Spectre and Axe by far. That's exactly what they did. Spectre blinked on the back line. I don't know. I think he immediately killed... He wasn't Shaker. He immediately killed the Silencer. And Spectre haunted in as well. Also, that haunt is super relevant because it cancels the blinks. There wasn't a good Echo Slam that fight, I believe.
No, the Echo Slam just hit onto...
Yeah.
It hit Spectre as well, but...
But like, yeah
those are
you're still counter helixing, so it's the best case scenario for sure. That fight could have gone so much better for Mango Bay as well. But it was done. It was well done.
Excuse me one sec. So Super Urn now finished by Bay of Mangoes. But the heart coming out for Tex Dog, that's the real story of that fight. Because now 4,000 HP, how do you kill this Spectre? I mean, you have to Silver Edge her.
And Silver Edge isn't even that good because it's so short of duration. Like, you still need it, but...
At least you can hit her that way, since the dispersion is pure damage. Wait, is it? Hold up. The dispersion is pure damage, right? It definitely was labeled as such at one point, but now it no longer is.
It's not pure damage, it just reflects the type of damage that was dealt.
So it's like Blade Mail now.
Yeah, pretty sure.
It was pure damage at one point, though, correct?
I don't think it's pure. Damage is reflected before reductions and is returned as the same damage type. It's exactly what it is.
Is there alt text? Ah, okay.
Yes. I think this S and Y on Morphling is questionable. It's too late for S and Y.
He got the S and Y a while ago. So there's gonna be the fissure out onto Spectre, and with the reality around, is able to... Where did she go? Call out onto Morphling. Hope is probably going to end up dying here. There's going to be the Fire Blast as well as the Chop, Chop, Chop. Spectre... I did not see where Spectre went initially with that Reality Rift, but did end up getting back here. There's going to be a call, or an attempt at a call. I heard the whole sound. Apparently that was not quite actually finished there due to the fissure. And on the backside, looks like Silencer are going to go down to Rain. Now Infinity also in trouble. He's broken, so he's not going to get any more Spine Sacks off. One more Fire Blast will hold him in place long enough for Rain to finish him off. The only hero left alive here is Red Guy. Or not Red Guy. Is Nyx, rather, on the Winter Wyvern. Who does have the Yule Scepter now and is working towards... Yeah, is working towards a Lotus Orb.
SML just didn't play that together. They tried to kill Spectre with Morphling Earthshaker and nobody else. They didn't even give like a, what's the word I'm looking for? A complimentary global silence. They didn't even do that. It's like you just don't go for that kill. That's just, you don't go for that kill. But
I mean, can you afford to not try for a kill?
you kill somebody else. You kill somebody else. If you're gonna kill, like, you don't kill Spectre. There's no circumstance in which you initiate on Spectre and kill her. You don't have burst damage on your team other than Morphling, and you don't have enough. Not nearly enough. I can't imagine a scenario where Spectre ever dies alone at this point.
Nick's doing what you can to hold this out. Rain is just gonna chunk down that middle tower. Looks like Hope is able to finish off Red Guy in the bottom, or then the off lane jungle, but just gonna lose 2 towers off of that so far. Looks like
I want to see him keep going.
Bay of Mangoes are satisfied with that for the time being. Although they're maybe gonna get they're gonna get at least a fair amount of damage onto this ranged barracks as well.
It's understandable that they're playing safe, but I think they should recognize how much stronger they are. Like, they're insanely strong. It's like, there's no way of forcing the Spectre out of position. So if Spectre just sieges high grounds, there's really no way that SML can punish. Like, Bristle can get some quill stacks, but do you care? No, you don't. So they just play behind the Spectre. Spectre sieges alone. You force SML to be the one to initiate, and then you just respond, and you deal with it. The only thing is that, I mean, Axe has enough money for BKB now. He's going to finish Crimson Guard first. He doesn't actually have a way of purging Global Silence. This entire game, he hasn't even needed it, because Global Silence has been that much of a non-factor. But, like, if you just play this, like, your Spectre is a Luna that's super farmed, because, effectively speaking, for all intents and purposes, that's exactly what he is, except he's better. You just play behind Spectre. Spectre kills Rax. You force your opponent to go on them because they feel desperate because they're losing Rax. But they're going to lose the fight. I can pretty much guarantee that they're going to lose the fight.
SML do smoke here. And Hope is looking for a play. They're going to go ahead and use the ATOS as well as the break onto Rain. Rain is going to end up going down, but there's going to be the global. However, the call comes out first onto Hope. Hope is frozen by his teammate at the same time, so he's not going to end up attacking himself to death on the Axe. He does turn into Axe, in fact, gets the call onto Ogre, and that's going to be 4 heroes for free, at the low cost of a smoke at least, for SML.
It's very sloppy. The biggest thing that screamed out at me at the start of this fight is that Tiny has no BKB. If he has BKB there, he never dies, ever.
Alright, well, it does look like they're going to try for a play, and they're actually able to pick the Morphling there with the Blade Mail and the call. Infinity is going to get healed up by that Cold Embrace, but Rain's instantly going to get chunked down by Rain. Avalanche not going to hit onto SML, just chasing him out for the time being. Tech Dog, though, does have vision on him. It's going to go ahead and be able to finish him off. And with the breakout from the Silver Edge, that'll be very easy to finish off the Bristleback.
It's a perfect response by Axe, exactly what he needed to do. Now they can pressure high ground again.
Yep, and the range tracks, meanwhile, does go down in top lane.
I would be hoping that they'd all be with Spectre right now. They're running now, but Ogre's not there. Ogre should be there. Bottom is not a threat right now. There's nobody bottom. They got no heroes who's around. Ogre should just be. Looks like they're setting up for Roche, even so he should be there for the Bloodlust.
So the Abyssal gives another 250 gold to the Spectre. And of course now you have an Abyssal. Just so much, did I say gold? HP. Just so much HP on the Spectre, like impossible. Not impossible to kill.
I don't think he gets more, yeah, he doesn't get more strength with the Abyssal. Because he already has Vanguard, that's the Vanguard aspect of the item.
No, he got 250 more HP.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I was looking at him. 250 HP and 10 strength.
Vanguard already has 250 health. Yeah, that's from Vanguard.
Maybe the Vanguard was in his backpack?
Might have been. I don't know. But pretty sure there's no aspect to getting Abyssal for stats. I don't think it actually increases stats at all. Except maybe, yeah, I don't think it increases anything. Maybe HP regen.
It does increase HP regen by 1.5, and yeah, it just gives you the active. So must have had the Vanguard in his inventory then, or in his.
Could have been Treads as well. It's probably Treads. Yeah, it's Treads. Must have been Treads.
No, he didn't
Treads
swap his
gets 200
treads.
HP.
He didn't swap his treads. He had it on strength the whole time.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either, but nah, I expect it was just the Vanguard was in his backpack. Maybe he just transferred in. I didn't actually see that. Bristleback is working towards an Octarine, however.
Spectre is very tanky, but this movement is still high risk. Like, they won't go on him because they'll be scared, but like, they shouldn't be as scared as they probably are. Because they already had vision bottom from when that creep wave wasn't there.
Well,
Spectre isn't going, he's just using Mantis, so it's actually fine, but...
Yeah. Maybe toss those Mantas at a target that doesn't regen, though. At the same time, just get it pushed out, like get the gold. What is he building now? Butterfly? Yep. So Butterfly to replace the wand, and then swap with the treads for something.
No. Butterfly replaces heart. Wand is quick.
Alright,
needs that int.
Butterfly replaces the heart, clearly.
Heart doesn't give him int. Wand does. It's more important. He needs mana to get Haunt off.
So SML, they feel very trapped in their base right now, and as a result, Bay of Mangoes, they're just farming up the entire map. Like, they
should just be going. I don't think they need to do this, but...
Are they... They took the
I think they're twiddling their thumbs. I feel like they're completely wasting time.
They just want to wait for an item? Maybe they're waiting for the Assault Cuirass, it looks like. Maybe they're just waiting for the AC and they're going to go with that.
I mean, in theory, it's totally fine because you're getting gold faster than your opponent, but like, I don't know. You could just go.
You don't know you want to sleep tonight?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just.
I think that's what you're saying.
It's not about sleeping. It's about watching Dota and potentially playing it, but neither of those things are happening very convincingly right now.
Alright, well, it does look like Infinity does want to wait for his buyback before he gets his Octarine.
What if I just all-chatted and said, go push, you fuckers?
I think you probably should not do that.
Yeah, that's some motivation, though.
Well, they are looking for a pickup.
I'm not typing it.
It does look like Bay of Mangoes really want some sort of pick off before they go high ground. Like, they want to play this very methodically.
It's nice to get pick-offs before pushing, but that's the wrong philosophy to have here. You should not be split right now. This is completely incorrect. You play behind your Spectre, absolutely. You don't let your opponent initiate on anybody else.
Well, they are gonna not get that initiation just yet.
This is very...
Spectre is sitting over here, gonna take out quite a bit of HP starting off, but now there's gonna be immediately just turning around with the with that Abyssal Blade and the Manta Style. 2 kills right off. Nick's probably going to end up going down as well. He's able to get the Cold Embrace for the time being, but now he's going to end up dying. Tech Dog turning on the Bristleback as well. Has 3 out of the 5 kills that happen. Tech Dog almost going to go down, and now they do take down the Spectre. SML happy about that. Now they're going to move forward. Gets the silence off onto Tiny, trying to kill him off, but not going to be enough to finish him with the swap out. However, he walks back in, so there's going to be the Aegis down. Red guy is going to get the magic missile, but it's not going to be enough. Spooky Bone Tower comes with a 2-man call, but there's a lot of HP on this Morphling right now. Rain and Spooky are the only 2 left alive for Bay of Mangoes, and looks like, yeah, they're going to go for the call. Not going to get it.
They had duels on, they had a lot of ways to deal with that. They just did not deal with.
Rain is going to be able to just walk away.
All right, so let's go through the buybacks. Bristle bought back, Morphling bought back.
I believe
Wyvern
it's also
back,
a
dieback. That's 4 buybacks and a dieback on Silencer. So it might have looked like it was okay for them, like they still won the fight. They did not win the fight. And they took it poorly. Let's also consider that. They initiated on Spectre for some reason. They Echo Slammed solo on a Spectre. If they just, like, on one hand, if you go top, then Spectre just haunts. But if you just Global Silence, then you don't have to worry about that. Like, he can Manta and then haunt, but then he's not hitting you with Manta. That's relevant. That's something. But, like, you don't initiate on Spectre there. He's got almost 4,500 HP. You see people top. You know that Spectre's away from them. You just go on them when Spectre's not there. You just Global Silence. Spectre's probably not gonna have the fastest reaction time to Manta. Maybe he wastes a few seconds before haunting, before using his Manta to purge. So... just, wrong initiation target.
So I just learned something. If you have Bottle in your inventory, but it's on cooldown from Backpack, you will still pick up the rune.
Oh yeah. it's pretty. If you're a mid player, you know that pretty early. Hopefully, at least.
I just always waited for it to come off cooldown.
Yeah, you don't have to wait.
Normally I'll like switch it like before I get close to where it's gonna be, but instantly gonna be able to pop one up, and not so instantly. Red guy actually does make a little bit of a fight of it. Now they're gonna go off on the spooky bones as well. There's gonna be the Spectre Haunted, Hope turning back into himself. He's gonna get stunned up by the Abyssal, and now there's gonna be a taunt as well onto Earthshaker. Echo Slam is used, but not gonna really do a whole lot. Buyback.
I was gonna say that it was
Venge.
really bad positioning by Venge, but just the nature of the Spectre, the fact that Axe was there, it works out anyway. It actually works out better. You're totally happy to trade Venge for that.
Yep, Infinity gonna try to make something happen, but he just ends up almost popping immediately.
At this point, there's really not a good curse target. So tanky. It's only Venge. Everybody else is like a non-factor. You use your ult as a stun, not as a kill.
So Atos on the Spooky Bones, he just goes ahead and Blade Mails. There's going to be now the Abyssal onto Dardane. He's going to end up dying, or yeah, end up going down. Dies very, very quickly. These bottom racks are dead, and it's going to be a look for the Megas from Bay of Mangoes. GG is called. And Bay of Mangoes take this one. It's 1-1 so far. There's one more game tonight. Oh boy. I don't know. I have
the biggest problem on the side of SML was that silencer pick. I think it was just bad. For the reasons of Haunt and Call, if you can't cancel both of them, it's really bad. If you cancel one of them, it's probably still really bad. Most of the time, he canceled neither.
So that last pick silencer just not really doing anything for them?
Last pick silencer was awful, and it should have gotten punished way harder than it did.
Excuse me. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the lobby for Game 3. We'll see all of you
What would have been the
shortly.
pick?